I was scrolling through my phone today looking for content, and there it was, staring back at me, saying, please cover me. And I will. It was two of the worst commentators in cable news media. Simone, I'd do anything for a check Sanders, and Jason, I don't have a soul Johnson. I'm Tim Black, and this is Calling It Out.
Oh, yeah, this conversation's already started. Joining the table now is Dr. Jason Johnson.
This guy's one of the corniest brothers I've seen on cable news media ever. And I always wonder, how'd this guy get this job?
Professor of Politics and Journalism at Morgan State University and the host of the Slate podcast, A Word. Welcome, my brother. You have a word for us this morning. So,
how does this guy keep this job? He's not engaging, funny, influential, wise, personable, or charismatic. But what he is reliable. He's reliable. If he ain't throwing black men under the bus, he's throwing black men under the bus.
I just want to just put in the middle of the table here. It's like a big croissant, right? All flaky and ready to talk about, because when you bite into it, it is nasty as hell. And that's what we heard from Donald Trump in South Carolina. What was your reaction to this conversation in front of a room of African Americans in which he, in my estimation, sounded ignorant?
He doesn't sound ignorant. He sounds like Trump. This is the same guy he's been for the last 25 or 30 years. This is the same guy. I mean, he just emasculated Tim Scott earlier this week.
Yes.
And basically said, you've been bojangling and dancing for me for weeks. You did a better job talking about me than you. So
I've done videos about Tim Scott, and yeah, that brother be bojangling. But you notice these Democrat receptacles, they never will admit that Democrats be bojangling too. What about Hakeem Jeffries? Bojangling. I mean, if Tim Scott's bojangling, what's Kamala doing?
Why are we surprised that he gets in front of a room of black people and treats them like idiots, treats them like they are lucky to be there? The thing that got me, honestly, Michael, is I didn't see any Trump Force Ones. I mean, that's what I was looking for. I was I thought black people, I thought we were all going to vote for Trump because he has a new pair of sneakers out.
No, JJ, not all black people are going to vote for Trump because of those shoes. Them shoes is ugly. But the reason why they won't vote for Joe Biden is because if he had a pair of shoes, they look like this. Yeah, not nice. The over the heels. The 1 foot out the graves. But let's cut the jokes. Let's get serious. JJ, you are a professor at Morgan State University, and you know damn well there are a lot of Baltimoreans who will vote for Donald Trump. Why? Because they are fed up with Joe Biden. They're unimpressed with him, sir. Now, if you were to come outside of your school and deal with regular working-class Baltimoreans, black men and women, particularly black men, you'd already know what I know, that a lot of people are just so tired of Joe Biden that they'll happily vote for Donald Trump. And no, not all black people will vote for Donald Trump. I'm guesstimating Trump is going to get about 35 to 40% of the black vote. That's going to double where he is already. He's already at about 20%. And this thing is just getting started. All it's going to take is the debates. And unless you got a battery pack with a full charge to put in Joe Biden's back at every question, I'd be surprised if he doesn't nod off during the debates. But this is the real reason I can't stand Jason Johnson. He lies through his teeth and he knows better. I'm sure he's talked to people that do not like Joe Biden, who are not interested. But to him, he can't keep it real, not even close. That's my problem. That's my beef with him. And then he went on to say this and only make matters worse.
Is what he does in front of every group. I think the thing we're all trying to figure out is he's not trying to win the black vote, right? He's trying to just siphon off enough black voters and create a permission structure where it may say, you may have voted for Democrats all your life, but it is okay for you to vote for me, which is why I'm almost more curious about how Democrats then counter that narrative. How they close that permission structure.
Here's the thing. There is no permission structure. I don't think, my personal philosophy on this, my intellectual philosophy on this, it ain't about switching votes. Okay, Donald Trump, Killer Mike, any of his surrogates, any rapper that he got out of jail. Yes, it's about keeping people home. It's about saying, Joe Biden is terrible. I'm terrible. Your life hasn't changed much.
It is
don't get involved. Yes, he ain't ain't trying to switch anybody over. He's trying to get you to stay home.
It is a voter depression tactic. In 2016, he won 8% of black voters across the country. In 2020, again, about 8% of black voters. The last election, he got about 8, I do believe 9% of black voters.
So here we go. We got the white splaining going to happen right now. I don't know who this person is, but she's going to tell you this is the thing I think is going on with the blacks and about that black vote that now the Democrats are suddenly give a damn about. They've had 3 years now, mind you. They've had over 3 years to try to get the black vote, and they haven't done shit. But now, of course, now it's time. Let's think seriously about the blacks. I didn't know we had to do anything to keep their vote. See, if Dr. Jason Johnson and Simone Sanders were doing their damn jobs, Simone, I'll do anything for a paycheck Sanders, if they were doing their damn jobs, they would have been telling you all this time, Democrats, you better be doing something to get the black vote, because if not, Biden is toast. He's a burnt English muffin. But they didn't. And if they did, you didn't listen to them. So let's go one by all the shit that they lied about or got wrong. She says that Trump's not trying to get the black vote. He's trying to get a permission structure. What the hell is that? Let me tell you something, lady. Black people are just fed up with Joe Biden instinctively. And they're tired of white people and black people trying to tell them things are better than you think. But their paychecks don't recognize that or show that or reflect that. Their debt doesn't reflect that. The prices of things like food don't reflect that. The cost of rent ain't gone down, it's gone up. Homelessness gone up. More migrants have come in and got social services while black people's late waiting. All these things are happening under Joe Biden. You say that Trump's not trying to get the black vote? That's how bad it is. Trump is already polling at 20% of the black vote, and he ain't even trying yet. So what does that say about your guy? What does that tell you? I guess nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing to see here. Nothing to learn. Nothing to grow from. Nothing to do a better job about, except trying to shame black people for being tired of the guy that you chose, that the Democratic Party chose, that the DNC chose. Next. Here we go. Dr. Jason Johnson throwing Killer Mike and rappers under the bus for a failed PR campaign by a failed president and a horrible vice president who was supposed to be the successor to Joe Biden. Remember? That's why a lot of people voted for Kamala. They voted for Joe Biden. They voted for Joe Biden because they were voting for Kamala. They wanted Kamala to take over for Joe Biden. A lot of black women, please stand up. Stop letting these shields, these Democratic mouthpieces talk for you. I know damn well half of the black women that voted for Joe Biden only voted for Joe Biden because they thought Kamala would take the wheel. And now we got nobody in cable news, black, Latino, Asian, or white, with the guts to say the truth. So now you got to come to the Tim Black Show and get the truth. I'm telling you right here, I'm calling it out. Half of the black women that voted for Joe Biden only voted for Joe Biden because of Kamala. So that's why they've been focusing, wondering, where the hell is Kamala doing? And Joe Biden is such an arrogant asshole. He has been hiding her away, not letting her come out. Part of it is he wanted a second term. And he knew the more Kamala did or the better Kamala did, the more embarrassing it would be and harder it would be for him to be able to run again. And the other part is Kamala's she's a gaffe machine her damn self. She's tongue-tied with a bunch of word salad. But that ain't the point. The point is Joe Biden's been failing at the PR campaign, failing at doing his damn job. And people are tired of it. And Dr. Jason Johnson going after rappers and blaming them, it's pathetic, grasping at straws. But MSNBC's got the right guy because Jason Johnson is a black man backstabbing machine. That's all he's ever done. That's what he's hung his hat on. And look closely, he'll be the only black commentator that you find with those particular talking points because he has been hired. He has been commissioned to do just that. Throw black men way up under the bus and then take a sharp stick with a sharp point and poke at them so they stay under the bus. That's Jason Johnson's job. Next point. Donald Trump doesn't want the black vote. Here goes another part. He said he wants to keep people at home. I think Simone Sanders, with her bright idea, that's her talking point. Depression tactic. The depression tactic is rent. The depression tactic is the cost of groceries, Simone Sanders. You wouldn't know that if you didn't have so much income from MSNBC that you could be floating around on Instagram every other day with a picture of you in some new red bottoms. Or at some fancy resort. See, all of you blacks in the elite class who work for MSNBC and CNN, all you guys, the talking heads from the cable news elite squad, you guys are so detached from regular people, you don't even know what time it is. People are hurting out here, sister. You ain't one of them. Every once in a while, you talk about your family members who are not famous, who are not shills for the MSNBC. So you have to know that some of those people's money just ain't adding up, Simone. And when your money ain't right, ain't nothing right. And that's what people are. Instead of you trying to tell people and convince them that things are going better, you should have been pressing your president to actually make them better. But we all know it's only so much the Democratic Party was going to do for black people to begin with, other than tell them to be quiet and be happy because we got a lot of Latinos coming in and they'll take your place. Last but not least, Trump black vote. Major pet peeve of mine, man. We got two black commentators, both of them shilling very hard for Joe Biden, who I know, I'm positive they both know that Trump did not get 9% of the black vote last time in 2020. He got 13% of it. If I know it, believe me, they know it. They know it. They just lie like a rug. He's already polling at 20%. And that's with RFK Jr. and Dr. Cornel West in the race. I'm a big fan of Dr. Cornel West. Okay? He's been on my show 5, 6, 7 times, okay? RFK Jr. won't return my invite. He won't accept my invitation. But I'll bring him on too. And we all know Biden ain't gonna ever come on any independent media that's not brought and paid for. Like, hell, they won't even go on Roland Martin. If he won't go on Roland Martin with the softball questions that Roland will throw, you know his ass ain't going on no true new black media. That'll never happen. Can you imagine Joe Biden going on the Black Authority or the Philip Scott podcast or Vicky Dillard show or one of the new black media channels? Hell no, it won't happen. He'd pass out. You think he was falling you think he was falling up the steps of Air Force One? He'd fall live on Zoom and bust his head on the microphone. Look, guys, we're in a situation where we got people that are willing to keep it real and people that are not. I care about the American people and I care about the future of this country because I have kids and now grandkids. I care about the outcomes of this election and I care about what's on the table for this election. And what Joe Biden needs to do is talk about what he's going to do. That's what he needs to do. Don't talk about what you already did, because if what you did was so consequential, people will be like, wow, this is a no-brainer. I'm voting for Biden. So what you did not affect lives like you think they did. And in fact, you know they didn't. But if you give me a massage for 30 minutes and I get up and my back still hurts, I don't think you're good at your job. And that's how it is with the Joe Biden campaign. That's what it is with the Biden administration. We got Joe Biden giving us a massage and then bragging about how great it was, and still our backs hurt. Our muscles are tight, and we got stress all in our neck area. The whole purpose of getting a massage is to feel better. And the whole purpose of electing Joe Biden was to feel better, to live better, to do better, to see results. And you talking about on paper things did well. Well, that's not the type of paper people are watching. People are watching their paper, the paper in their bank account, the paper in their wallets, in their purses, in their cash apps. Zelly, bitch. That's the paper we're looking at. If that's too much to wrap around your head, maybe what we need to do, what y'all need to do, if y'all want to if y'all want a snowball's chance in hell of winning, is hire better people that will actually talk and tell the truth about what's going on. But we all see, this is the thing. The Democratic Party doesn't really want to win. They just don't want to lose too badly. And I think what's going to happen is they're going to fuck around, they're going to mess around, and what's going to happen is Trump's going to end up getting 40 to 45, maybe even 50% of the black vote. And you know what'll happen if that happens? It's over. It'll be over for the Democrats, because the only thing holding the Democratic Party as a viable party is us. So you keep listening to Jason Johnson telling the Democrats not to pay attention to black people. And there won't be no more Democratic Party. There'll be a new party because there'll be a new day. I'm Tim Black, and you've just been called out.